Hey everyone, it's officially the new moon in Aquarius. Can you believe it's February the 9th already? Wow, amazing to me. What does that mean? New moon in Aquarius for us. Well, number one, let's think about what Aquarius means. Aquarius is a very humanitarian sign. They like to do what's best for everyone, but they're unapologetically individual. So what is it that makes your heart swell? In the new moon, we're supposed to be, bringing in the new things in the new moon manifestations. So we're going to go around today and see what is up with that. My name is Jamie. I'm with Southeastern Soul Tribe, and I am here to do your tarot reading. Real quick, before we start pulling cards, I want to let you know that I am offering 1 hour personal tarot readings for $35. All you got to do, hey Sierra, is send an email over. All the information is in the about section of my YouTube and also down below here. You can click on that and you just send me an email and send over the money, the $35, to my links below, Cash App or the other, and I'll be glad to do or schedule that 35 dollar 1 hour reading. So that's a deal for sure compared to what it usually is. But I can do a recording for that or do it live. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please, please, please help me out. Make sure you like the video too, any of them that you watch, because that helps increase the views. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as my first milestone here. I am sitting at 955 right now. That's where I'm fluctuating. So if you guys can help me out, that'd be lovely. So anyway, what I want to do is kind of go around the zodiac for you guys for the new moon energies. And let's see, we already did it through the elements and everything, but today we're actually in the energy. So I want to see who you guys are dealing with. So we're going to do a general pull of the information that's going along with the people I'm pulling in your energy from and see who you're dealing with here. And then we're going to go through with this little Island Time Wellness deck, and we're going to see if you are dealing with a ex so and so, like say you're dealing with an Aquarius, and all the way around the zodiac, and let you know what type of relationship you're dealing with that. Okay, so you will, if you stick around, get to that part. If you have to leave, you know that you can go back to these lives and replay them. They're always up in there anyway. Just check those out. So anyway, let's get to it here. All right. For my collective, angels, ancestors, guides, spirit, in this new moon energy, you guys concentrate on who you're thinking about here so I can pull in this energy. Who's my collective dealing with? The people who are on here now and the people who may tune in. Angels, ancestors, God, spirit, help us today with this energy. Where is this going? Any other messages from this deck, spirit? All right, we got one card from this deck. It says, distant thunder, clear the air. Uh-oh. What's coming? What's happening? Does anybody else feel like something's on the way? You feel that in the energy? Miriam asked me yesterday, do you feel something coming? I said, not really anything bad, but I feel like definitely by April the 8th in the Aries total solar eclipse energy that there's something coming, but it's hard to tell what it is. And it may just be depending on how you look at it. Perception's everything, right? All right, let's see who my collective is dealing with. I love this deck. This is called the, where's my thing? This is the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. This is like the third deck I've had of these. Some other readers use them, I think, but for me, they really help to tell the story and to see what's going on. I had gotten away from using them for a while, but I thought I'd pull out the old faithfuls for a little while. Is it warm where you guys are at? It is so warm here in Texas. I got this window open back here. Y'all probably can't see it, but I do. All right, spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. Show me a card for the recent past, current energy, and going forward. Who is my collective dealing with? And what's going on in their world? All right, let's split that deck. I just got done with a reading for Taurus. It's uploading right now. And there's one reading that'll be released here on YouTube when it gets done uploading because it takes its sweet time. We'll be doing this before it's done. And then the extendeds are always on Patreon. It's $7 a month to get my extendeds. All right. One more thing. One more split. Thank you. All right. Recent past. Recent past. Uh-oh. The door to romance is reversed. So in the recent past, we've had a situation, it looks like, where somebody feel like they either missed an opportunity or they wanted a new opportunity that didn't come through to open up to maybe a new relationship of some kind. We're dealing with some type of attachment here in the current energy. And somebody's running out of patience going forward. Yikes. A little bit of a broken contract here. And something about a man holding some money or an earth sign. All right, let's get to it. See what's coming. Let me move some of this out of the way. All right, spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. Our collective here. Show us what's going on in this new moon. Show us what we need to bring more of in here to solve this relationship issue that might be here. So there's distant thunder and there is a need to clear some air. Somebody was trying to move to a calmer space for sure in the recent past, with the Six of Swords being here, or where it fell out right here. It's quite possible that we may be trying to get to a calmer place right now. We do one more shuffle and then we're going to pull this definite recent past. All right, Spirit, show me what was going on in the recent past. Somebody learned a deep lesson here, quite possibly dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. In the recent past, there was a hard lesson learned. Somebody's carrying the Ten of Wands, still carrying that over, and quite possibly into a commitment or trying to take it into a new commitment. This fire sign, though, is in the upright. There's a mother figure here, a wife, somebody that's very nurturing and has their shite together within this commitment, who had already learned from the past, maybe even shut down the door to romance to someone. But she stands on her throne in this scenario and she's holding her own. Maybe turning someone down because of something that was learned from the past. Trying to calm down life, right? I'm sticking that up to the top because I don't feel like it necessarily belongs to any portion of this reading right now. Let's see in the current energy what we got going on with this attachment. All right, here's Cancerian energy sitting here in this scenario. I've got one person making a decision to stay attached in a way to a scenario. And I got somebody else waiting on the world to change, or just waiting for their ships to come in or new opportunities to come about. We'll clarify this a little deeper. But there is an attachment here. We want to talk about attachments because sometimes that's something that we need to release. What are they waiting on? We're waiting on a younger water sign, possibly, or this could be waiting on our person to come in form of love, show a cup of love, or show a cup of, or even that they give a damn. Somebody's not moving in this scenario. That's why we're in this. Well, I've made my decision, but here I am waiting on you. Where are you at? Where are you? I got a Capricorn. I got an air sign, possibly a Gemini here, and a Taurus. That's in the upcoming future, okay? So there's a lack of patience that's coming in and perhaps a broken contract. This may be this Taurus that I'm looking at here, higher level of commitment or something around money that is coming up in the future. And what I see is there's going to be a realization here somewhere, somehow, that there was a deception and somebody's going to try to turn away from that. But it's taken a lot of patience and somebody's running out of it. There's anxiety around it for when is this thing going to move forward in any way here. And, it feels like it's really out of balance or the contract is going to break or right here, there may be a third party involvement or there's going to be a little more working together because somebody's going to let the truth come out. The truth will come out and there will be peace in the upcoming future. Recognizing that this is a soulmate soul contract situation, we have the Capricorn and the Gemini energy. Look how similar these two cards are, guys. We've got the Devil and the Gemini. That's Capricorn and Gemini energy. Those are both soul ties, but there's toxicity in one, and one of them is from a higher position. There's going to be a small offer, but someone is going to remain single in this scenario. Because of some pain from the recent past, someone is hesitating on making a higher commitment with the Taurian energy here. There's a higher commitment, higher learning, and also a scenario where something about the house and the home. But it's in the upright, so it's very fixed energy. This attachment that we've got in the current energy right here is absolutely bringing in a tower. The tower's here right now, and that's why I think this distant thunder card came up with clear the air. And I think that this tower alone is when we're going to be recognizing the truth with this air sign, possibly, or Capricorn or Taurus. Or we're going to recognize that there is a soulmate soul contract at play, but there's still some toxic energy around it. And that's what this tower is going to bring in. It's going to allow us to go ahead and let this breakdown take place so that we can build back for a stronger foundation here. So I don't think, while it says the contract is in reverse, that just means maybe it's out of balance. It doesn't necessarily mean it's over, but attachments are negative. And we need to look and see what that attachment is. In the current energy, there's also someone that there's a Pisces here. There's someone holding back some information that is keeping the cycle from ending. And it's an attachment to an idea of happiness that we feel like that is unfulfilled at this moment. I'm interested to see what that is and why the happiness is not there and what it is that we're hiding with the Piscean energy. What is hidden here as we've already saw the moon in this scenario, and we're trying to get to a calmer place. All right. So let's get a little information around that. Spirit, show me more about this attachment. All right. With this attachment here, there was somebody that was very slow in their movements. They were the Knight of Swords reversed, meaning that they just didn't communicate. They didn't think about things or process things quickly at all. And they didn't communicate those things quickly at all. So there may have been a lot of gaps in communication. Somebody that was always torn between resting or communicating, or somebody who just done too much time up in their head and not enough time talking back and forth within this love select scenario. And they were attached to standing in one place, being non-committal. If this was the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, that's a more rushing energy that I'd be more confident in. This is somebody who's working on their coin and they're making it a priority over someone else. But this is someone that withholds communication quite a bit. And that's clarified again with the Piscean energy in reverse here. That's a Pisces in its shadow trait, not talking a whole lot. And the other thing is not feeling fulfilled. This isn't their happiness. Show me the 10 of Cups in reality here. This made this person appear as though they were fly by night, that the non-committal, the one that would come over on Saturday, hang out, have a good time, and then they weren't there for breakfast the next day. And so somebody is also not telling the truth about where their true happiness lies at. The gap in this communication here, which leads to a feeding of that attachment, is the fact that somebody is restless about it. They know that the truth is not being exposed in this scenario. And the fact that the contention remains here is what is there, where this tower is going to come from. That's why we're saying clear the air. Somebody in this scenario needs to start talking, spit it out. Let us both make an informed decision. Somebody that withholds in this scenario here with the Piscean energy, if they withhold communication in any way, stonewalling, things like that, it will catapult you eventually, or it leaves everybody at a standstill. It's just one person has to make a decision to moving in the Six of Swords to a calmer position. You can't wait on the other person to move you. Like this shows back here. The decision's made, but you're waiting on somebody else to do the dirty work for you right now, either you or them. And so somebody's going to have to step up to the plate and say, I'm done with this horse shit. We have got to end this madness right now because I want to move into a better space. I want more abundance in my life, and I'm going to go do it by myself if I have to. It's going to hurt, but I am committed to my higher self for sure. I have to go within and listen to myself. My abundance will be there either way. I have it for myself. Look at the number 43. It's standing out big time for me here in the upright. That's earth energy on point right there. Somebody up here is deciding not to take decided not to take a leap of faith. They're not looking at the opportunities that are before them. Maybe a Virgo or a Sagittarius here as well. But the passion is waning, and so is that earth foundational energy here. This relationship is creating this door to romance being reversed, and you're not feeling the love. And here it is, almost Valentine's Day. So we want to know how we can get to a better place. We either within this relationship, or if it's going to be more beneficial for us to move along, citizen. That is the question. What is this 10 of Swords over here? What's the pain that we need to get around within the movement of this? All right. So here is the building of the self confidence lady. This lady has her shit together. She's the woman that everybody envies when she walks in the room, and she's the only one with the audacity to walk up to this lady and challenge her. You know why? Because she knows that she looks good enough, has everything she needs to do it. She's the one that walks in the room with all the swagger, and all the guys go. Or if it's a man, all the women go, I bet he smells good. Can I talk to him? You think he'd come over here and talk to me? That's that one. All the confidence in the world. And this is where you're going, you know, in the future, whether it's with this person or with somebody else. There is a new opportunity up ahead. It's going to be more emotionally fulfilling and everything here with what these cards say. And we want to see who or what that is coming in for you. What can the collective do, Spirit, here? What can the collective do to bring in peace in this scenario or for self improvement so that a future possibility of a healthier relationship is available? Any advice? Don't hold back when you think or feel something, and trust your intuition. You know that little nudging feeling that happens way down deep in your knower, and leave it up to somebody every single time. If you side eye somebody and you're like, I just got this feeling that you're blank. And they say, of course I'm not. Oh, no, no. That was just blah, blah, blah. Trust your gut. Trust your gut, people. I'm telling you, we were born with a lot more intuitive abilities than we want to give ourselves credit for. I have learned if you don't learn to trust your gut the first time, then guess what? Life will show you. So it's asking you to pay attention to your emotions and feelings about this. In the previous past, you may have been choosing to work with people and not looking at the things that were meant to be learned from the prior engagements before. So take that deep dive and look in. Think about the times that you had this little feeling or nudge with inside of a relationship, and you had all the confidence in the world back here, but something tanked your confidence when somebody swore they weren't doing this or swore that it wasn't that way, or they weren't communicating very well, and you were sitting over here wondering what the F, or whatever. But then not only do you look at their behavior in that, but you have to do a reflection, an inner reflection of yourself, and say, why am I tolerating this? Why do I seem to think that they're all the way in the good, that all their intentions are good when my gut's telling me everything opposite? So that's something that we need to look at. And why was I represented in this relationship or presented with this scenario? What is the reflection back at me within their behavior that I might be doing the same thing? I was telling the collective yesterday that smeller is the feller. So if somebody's accused of cheating or whatever you're accusing somebody else of, or you think that you're a victim of, you probably got three fingers pointing back at you in some way to figure out why that's there. That is in behavioral relationship things. Yes, sometimes we are a true victim of something. It's not something we brought on ourselves. So don't let people tell you that either. But when it comes to these relationships that we willingly participate in, the behaviors that entail and take place throughout that relationship, there's a reflection in there, believe it or not. That is part of our evolution and growth here. Anything else that the collective can do? The Two of Wands came out, which is like, yeah, make the decision that you made to begin with, stick with that. There is a worry here about stability. So several pentacles on the table here, even though the Empress is here with everything that's needed. So I think there's also a toxic attachment within the scenario to not having enough. So if somebody here is worried about the fact that they don't have enough stability, enough money, hanging on to a relationship because of that, there's something to look at in there. And how can you manifest more for yourself? Again, make the decision, look at the pain and the reason why you feel lost, and look at why there has been a block in allowing things to fall down so they can be rebuilt. Make a choice today, a lover's choice of, do you love yourself more? Do you love yourself enough to pull yourself out of this? There is distant thunder and you can clear the air with this scenario. So let's take a look around the zodiac for you guys. All right. A look around the zodiac. All right. It's new moon in Aquarius. What if my collective is dealing with an Aquarius? What's going on if my collective is dealing with an Aquarius? Let me put my glasses on so I can see these just a little bit better. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, there is seduction here, attraction, flirting, temptation, possible third-party interference. And there is sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius, it's possibly any of those. But it can also mean that even if you're not dealing with an Aquarius, there is a need to look at, are we trying to please others around us? Are we trying to just keep the peace for everybody involved by putting up with certain things that are sabotaging the relationship? Are we stepping back away from asking the questions that are needed sometimes because we fear that it's going to affect the people around us? That's another way to look at that. If there's an Aquarius involved, or just in all of the way around of how you feel toward another person. Because sometimes we avoid to make peace around us. So we avoid rocking the boat, so to speak. And it's asking us, distant thunder, clear the air. It's time. Because you don't want to go the rest of the year. I'd rather clear it up now, face the devils that I know right now, than to go through 2024 another single day in conflict, you know? All right. What if my collective is dealing with a Pisces? What if they're dealing with a Pisces? If someone's dealing with a Pisces, there may be a breakup or a separation here. Somebody's trying to stop a pattern. There may be some silent treatment or abandonment involved. And somebody is welcome and open to love, open to meeting the one and maybe getting together. Somebody in this scenario feels like everything's perfect. This is also someone who is on the fence about leaving or staying. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, guys, with that Pisces. Also, in the Pisces energy that I looked at over here, their whole thought process and lack of communication around it was withholding the fact that they were on the fence. You know, Pisces did come up in this reading. So you may be dealing with one, or, I mean, also look at where whoever you're dealing with or yourself has your placements in your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. All right. All right. What if my collective is dealing with, I lost my track of thought. Okay, an Aries. What if they're dealing with Aries? Pisces dealing with Aries. There's 3 cards on this one, so Aries, mercy. It's time to be lighthearted. Somebody's going to find out some things. There's certain things coming to light There'll be healing, whatever comes out. Also, there's a possible wedding, soul connection, everlasting promise. Hey, Jazz, some big promises maybe on the line. If it's not a wedding or a marriage, it's a high level of commitment here with an Aries. But they're asking for you to lighten up just a little bit, or maybe lighten the load. Somebody may be having some outdated thinking, some social conditioning, and they may be replaying events over and over in their head with this Aries. So there's a lot going on with an Aries here, but I don't think the hope's lost in this at all. I think an Aries is a good direction to go. And I see that with the Empress here in the upright. I got that kind of message for Aries in Taurus's reading too. I think that's curious that they both came out that way, because there's never a same pattern that comes out when I do these kind of readings. Interesting. All right, so that might be significant there, Taurus and Aries, especially because Taurus is over here too. Interesting. Taurus is also would be an earth energy, you know. All right, what if my collective is dealing with a Gemini? Oh, Gemini was all over this reading, all over it. Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness. Everybody's enjoying each other. That's with the Gemini. What else with the Gemini? Somebody's not showing their true feelings here if a Gemini is involved. There's a little bit of pretending, maybe a little gaslighting. There's some wearing of a mask. But at the same time, there's a lot of happiness here. So be careful that if you're dealing with a Gemini, that you're not dealing with their twins. This Gemini may be in a situation where they might act like they're all happy-go-lucky, but the other side of themselves ain't so much, and that Piscean energy will. I mean, there's a little Pisces sitting in there with that mask going on. So you might want to look at that. Pay attention. Go listen to the Pisces reading too if you're dealing with a Gemini. Listen to the Sagittarius reading if you're dealing with a Gemini. All right. Is that all? All right. What if we're dealing with a Cancer? What if my collective is dealing with a Cancer? There's an engagement, partnership, or commitment here. Something may be coming to a completion or a union taking place. That's a higher level of commitment too with a Cancer. Anything else with a Cancer? Thank you. All right, so there is a codependency here with a Cancer. There's a fear of abandonment issue taking place. Somebody is the chaser in a codependent relationship. Remember, codependency, what I said in this reading, it takes two to tango. So one's got to be the codependent one, and the other one, and you guys will trade places, and the other one is a enabler. But you switch places. All right. What about Leo? What if they're dealing with a Leo? Well, that's 3 cards for the Leo. Not today, Satan. Not dealing. Somebody's hurt. They're avoiding a conversation. Somebody needs boundaries. Somebody's still mad. Not today. There are many options. Decisions, unconventional. It's just a one night stand and somebody's being strung along with a Leo. And also, it's an empath and narcissist paradigm with a Leo. Somebody used charm, enabling, and they need some boundaries. Leo's bad news for whoever you are out there. I wouldn't go with that Leo if I were you. Ugh, sorry, Leo. I dry snitched on you. Yikes. All right. What if it's a Virgo? What if they're a Virgo? If you are dealing with a Virgo, they may be a runner. And this is a codependency relationship. There is a fear of intimacy, and somebody's listening to their ego. And also, there's a boat here. I've also realized that in hindsight, after getting this card for some people, somebody may be taking a trip over water, especially since this came. On the other side of the water will be peace. On the other side of that water, you will receive what you need, progression, arriving, moving on. There's closure issues with a Virgo. But that might be a very significant relationship. Just because you have a runner and chaser scenario in a relationship, that means somebody got scared and there's still some healing to do. That don't mean that relationship ain't hopeful. In fact, sometimes it's very hopeful. You guys have triggered each other to heal. If both people choose the healing side and can come together in union, that's a great connection. It's powerful. But if you can't, you can't. And you have to be willing to accept that, you know? What if this person is a Libra? The relationship's over if it's a Libra. There's no second chances. You need to grow and transform your own life. Yikes. I'm a Libra. No wonder I'm single. Oh, Lord. Need time, takes time, in time cycles, time to heal and progress. The clock. No, guys, I'm single because I want to be single. When somebody comes along that I feel is worthy of a relationship with me, well, I will be open to it. But I've gone through an awful lot of healing to get with somebody who's not healed. So that's there. Yeah. All right. If it's a Libra, they may also need time. There's time to heal, but there's progress being made. So while the relationship's over, there could be a renewal. So what if it's a Scorpio? What if it is a Scorpio in the relationship? Thank you. Ooh, that's good news. Hang on, I'll tell it to you. I need one more card for Scorpio, though, Spirit. All right, thank you. All right, so if you're dealing with a Scorpio, they're transcending obstacles. They're learning expansion. There's a new phase and preparing for union. So they're in the midst of healing. And also, there's a completion, or there may be some competition here. Somebody may be a little clever, look over your shoulder. There may be another person in the scenario. Remember, I had mentioned third party quite possibly here. Well, this is where the scorpionic energy during this ascension, and I'm just hearing that they're still toggling back and forth. So you need to hang in there just a little bit longer if you're dealing with a Scorpio. They're actually going through a transformational phase right now. They are being right now at this very moment. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they are actually embodying the death and rebirth cycle. So Spirit's asking you, whoever you are out there, if you're dealing with a Scorpio, to be patient with this person. Okay? They're trying. Ascension is hard. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say about that. All right. What if my collective is dealing with a Sagittarius? Oh, Sagittarius likes you. Someone likes you. There's some romance blooming. Somebody who just wants to flirt. They want to date around a little bit. And they're healing from a heartache, and they've been coming out of a toxic relationship or even killing some addictions there. So Sagittarius's heart is opening up. They've experienced a heart chakra opening. They are emotionally open, available for love, and they just want to keep it lighthearted and date right now. but there may be some expansion potential with a Sagittarius. That's lovely. I like that. What about if my collective is dealing with a Capricorn? What if they're dealing with a Capricorn? All right. If it's a Capricorn, there's stability in this relationship, security, there's permanence, there's growth potential, endurance, and a lot of flexibility. And this relationship is evolving, going to the next phase. And there's been some healing of the inner child and a lot of growth and expansion. Hey, Miriam, I love you too. You guys see Miriam on there? She knows where I live because I'm just upstairs. Miriam is Point Your Compass. If you guys need an evolutionary astrology reading, she's your girl. She's your girl. It will change your life. So if this is a Capricorn, there is stability, security, performance growth. The relationship's evolving the next phase. That Capricorn is a good option there. Old Cappy. Dependable, dependable. All right. That gets you around the zodiac, guys. I have given you some definite advice. We've looked at everybody in the zodiac, and we also know what's going on in this scenario. So, I love you, girl. And let's see where this goes for the new moon. Good luck to you guys in all your manifestations. And until next time, love and light to you. Mwah. Yes, my readings. She says get a reading with me. They're $35 right now through the end of February. That's a Valentine's special for a 1 hour reading. All right. We'll see you guys.